All right, happy Friday. We're here today at the Grain Project located in Delafield, Wisconsin with our Senior Superintendent, Dan Johnson. We're here to ask a few questions about this grain project. So, number one question, what do you think some of the biggest challenges have been on this project for you?
So for us here on site, it was getting our containers, getting our shipping all lined up, all in order, making sure we had everything here. One of our key things that we really wanted to work on was making sure that we had all the components before we really tried to erect this thing, because if you're missing something, then you're basically waiting until it arrives.
I know there's no education 101. You can grab a manual and pick it up and understand how this structure gets built. So tell our viewers a little bit about what you had to do to get this out of the ground correctly and the amount of time you spent on it.
Yeah, so with this building, all the columns are direct bearing to precast columns, which are direct bearing to structural foundation pads. So everything has to line up from the structural footings themselves. So coming out of the ground, they got to be in the right spot. Once you get to the first level deck, there's cores within the precast columns themselves that these go into. They get grouted in. Those have to be in the right spot. They have to be pretty much perfect. You get a little bit of fluctuation, not a lot, and then it's all direct stacked from there. So everything's got to line up.
Good.
Once it starts going, it goes.
All right, so I want to thank Dan Johnson for running this project for us. He's done a great job. You can see behind us the project's progressing quickly. This fall, we're going to have this building ready for interior finishes. If you look out, you can see Delafield behind us, but we want to thank the city of Delafield, Hendricks Commercial Properties, and all the people involved in that. They were very helpful, and it's been a long journey, several years to get the project to this point, but it's been a great honor. We're very proud of this project. We think that it's going to be a structure that's here. We know it's going to be here for decades. To have a timber frame structure in the state of Wisconsin and Delafield, that's a special project for everyone. So as the project manager lead on this, what would be some advice that you would give to anybody that's viewing this on the next project we do when you get this challenge again?
Do your homework, read up on it, talk to people that have done it before. It was a huge learning curve, just being new and so used to steel in our division, in our area. So just learning the different tricks and tips that you can have. We had a guy come out to help us for a month from Structure Craft, or from the company that supplied the material. They helped with our first few weeks of install. That was a huge help. He knew a lot about the industry and got to help us get started. So I would definitely suggest that.
So you've got a lot of years of construction experience, and this is a new product that's in our market, at least new to our area. What do you believe the learning curve has been for you and the team?
I think it's how you store the material, how do you shake it out before you need it, have the crane ready to swing the whole site and pick every piece, and then look at the connections. The main connections at the columns to the beams goes real quick. It's a guy on each end of the beam connecting it to the other beam, setting it on a column. If the plates in that are in place, it goes fairly quickly. I mean, it's put together with just standard impact drivers, no special tooling required, but you need the screws, and some of those screws could be 18 inches long. Buy that from the supplier so that you don't have to shop around and get those. And then we also had a person from Structure Craft who did the supplying, spend 2 weeks on site with Dan and the carpentry crew to help us through the complications of starting this out.